I bet you can't guess what we are going to be cooking today. Are you ready for the big reveal? This beautiful joint, this fantastic cut of meat. This is belly pork. Amazing, pound for pound. In my eyes, you can't get a tastier joint. It's so economical. It's got these layers of fat which melt into it. It's just a stunning joint, and this is what they call the thick end, the first 6 ribs. It's an amazing joint. Now, I got this from my local family butchers, Allways in St John's. I'll put the address up for you. A proper established, high class, quality butcher. It's a serious piece of meat. So the reason I'm doing this video is I was watching a video on YouTube, and there was a chef and a butcher, and they were trying to cook a piece of belly, and to my mind they did it all wrong. One, they took it off the bone, which you need that bone. You've heard the saying, close to the bone, sweet of the meat. They didn't salt it to dry it out, you know, that's the trick with this, you know, getting that crackling. And then they started it off low and then turned it up high, where it should be the other way around. Start it high, get that crackling going, turn it down low and just let it tick over and all those juices to melt. So we're going to get this prepared. So a lot of people, they ask me, how do you get crackling? And that's not just young people, you still get a lot of older housewives, you know, they just can't get their pork to crackle. Well, one of the secrets is you need that skin to be really dry to start with. So when you buy your pork joint, I bring it home, take it out the bag and just let it breathe in the fridge as it is. And then another one is you want to score it. Nice and steady, not down through to the meat. As you can see, I can open it up, just that top layer. So turn it round, do the other side. I mean, there's so many ways to do crackling, you know. The Chinese, they pour boiling water over it to make it tighten up, to dry out. But you don't need any of that fandango. All you need, some nice slits where it's been scored, and plenty of salt and whatever herbs you want to put in. So what I like to do then, just normal table salt. You don't have to use expensive sea salt, and it looks a lot, but a lot of that will come off in the roasting. Now, I'm just using some dry sage, good pinchful, some dry thyme. Nice, you know, and then just rub it in. You're just making a nice rub. And what this salt will do, it will draw all the moisture out, and that'll make that crackle lovely. Like I said, you want to get this out, and this needs to be room temperature. So when you get it back from the butchers, it's got to be butchers really, get it in the fridge, unwrap it, let it breathe, and then half hour before cooking, get it out up to room temperature. At the same time, I've got my oven on, gas mark 7, preheating. So there's the lovely salt and the herbs rubbed in. So there's my lovely belly pork ready to go. Now what we're doing is we're making a trivet for this belly pork to sit on, so it sits up and all the air and the heat can get underneath it, and you can actually eat these veggies after. So I'll just use a carrot. I've got a leek left, so I'll use that. Just get it in there, and that should sit nicely on there then. Put that like that. That like that, and basically what you do, you sit that on there, and that is pretty much it. Right, so that's sitting there nicely. What we're going to do, just a little bit of water, that'll create a little bit of steam, not too much, it's not even coming up to the pork. Now what I've done is I've weighed this joint, and this one weighs 3 pounds, so we're going to put it in at gas mark 7 for the initial high heat sizzle for 20 minutes, and then we're going to turn it down to gas mark 4 and we'll give it 45 minutes a pound. And what you'll get then is all that fat will melt into it, and you'll be able to, you know, cut it with a spoon, and it'll be absolutely tender, sweet, amazing. So that's ready to go in then. I'm going to put that in the oven, gas mark 7, 20 minutes. Right, on my technical map of pork, the belly is this bit here, and it says bacon on it because the bit we're using is normally used to make streaky. Up here, the loin, you know, as well as joints, that's back bacon. I've actually got a video on YouTube, and if you want to watch it, I'm cutting a whole pig up from nose to tail in 45 minutes, from whole carcass into freezer. So if you just click on the link up there and you can watch that, that's me butchering a whole pig. That joint has been in for 20 minutes on that high heat. You can see it's just starting to go around the edges, so I'm going to give it about another 10 minutes on that real high heat, and then we'll turn it down. Right, this has been in 30 minutes. My manly gloves. Let's check it out. It's just starting to go. Fantastic. So what we're going to do, turn that down to our Smart 4 now. I'm going to give it 45 minutes a pound. Like I said, it was £3, so that's 2¼ hours. So what you've got to do, take the dog for a walk, go and have a couple of pints, whatever floats your boat, come back, and that'll be ready. My belly pork joint has been in for 2¼ hours, and this is what you should end up with. If I can get it out, come here. That fantastic looking thing. And just listen to the crackling. Lovely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that rest. Just cover it in foil. Let it rest for about 10 or 15 minutes, and all those juices to redistribute. And then we will cut a bit off. Put that in nicely. Right, that's been resting for over 10 minutes. Let's have a look at what we got. First of all, I'm going to take the crackling off in one. Look at that. Beautiful. Next, I'm going to take these ribs out just by sheeting them out, just like that, and cut them. Look at that. Oh, can't wait to get stuck into this. Just going to trim them ends off, don't need them. And then let's get into that. Beautiful. Excuse me. And then nice slices of that belly pork. Oh, see, it's almost falling apart, which is what you want. And then hear that crunch. Crackling. Right, better put this on a plate. Look at this. All that off that one joint. Just have a look at that crackling there. Eh? All that off that little bit of meat. What I got here is Tewkesbury mustard. The original recipe from up the road, about 15 miles away. It's mustard with horseradish. But just look at this. Look at this meat. Just pulls apart. It's got to go in there. Oh. That crackling. And of course, the ribs. Just falls off the bone. Have a look. Well, that's how I cook my belly pork. Thanks for watching. Got to give this a go. Look how much meat there is. You know, I'm going to take that in now. We're all going to get stuck into that. Some rolls, some more mustard. So thanks for watching.